Everyone, Aubrey Trades. We're doing a market recap video. Still faceless, cause why not? It's easy. So summary: was disciplined. Have my I took a bounce first green day idea on CYBL, which I went over in Watchlist this morning, and I saw that open Envis swing. Huh. How's that doing? It's alright. Doesn't seem like it's reversed quite yet, but it might be basing a little bit. Anyway, I'll look to add to this on a reversal. So CYAP, or CYBL, first green day idea that I outlined, ended up so I actually lost like $2 on this, or however much, because I played it all wrong, even though my main idea was right. So here is on this corner daily chart, first green day idea, because it's now coming down from the highs of like 6.6 cents all the way down to like 2.6 cents. So, dramatic sell-off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days in a row, due for a first green day bounce. That was the thought. Now here's how I messed it up. Okay, I was thinking too small, too short in my time frame, and I saw that it was gapping up, and so I immediately I bought at the open, thinking, oh great, and now we're gonna spike out from the open. We did this was just a whole first green day grind, perfect ABC setup here, up, down, into the close. Such a beautiful, and I'm so anyway. So buy at 3.4 at the open, sell at 3.43 here. Once we were failing after this third minute, I was looking for a push into that 4 range. I didn't get out, wanted to give it time, because I know I gotta give it time. And then once we had this pullback, I was like, no. And really, I have it all in front of me right here. I should know, okay, it's gapping up. Let me try, if the overall thesis is first green day, let me try and get a buy closer to a safe zone. So here, where you have all these moving average lines. And it's just really making me think a lot more about using 5 or 15 minute charts to plan my trades out, because even after I got the sell, I'm not too mad. I was right, big picture. I just messed it up. But had I gone into this with a 5 minute or a 15 minute mindset, we're kind of high above this safety cloud. It's EMAs. This is an EMA cloud here, whole moving average, and VWAP in pink. And if you look at the way that this moves, there we go. These run-ups, when you have when you have the blue cloud, if you're overarching, if you're in the middle of a macro uptrend, you're gonna just ride this blue cloud. So in theory, better entries are going to be closer to these lines, right? Here you have this, you have the price ticking right up against this moving average cloud, right? You're above VWAP, which is bullish, but you're underneath the whole moving average. So you kind of have this, and it's almost like lifts it up. And so my idea when I'm thinking about this is the correct places to enter are when you have this convergence, right? You have this coiling into this like action zone, and then you can buy here, right, or buy here, whatever, and you know your risk is really tight. It's right here. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. And if it works, then you just ride the cloud. In this case, it spiked. We can go to other instances. We'll go to a recent instance, right? Like after this big dramatic sell-off, even here you have this like kind of coiling. Now this failed, but you did get a little bit of a spike. Here you had this little bit of a coiling, and you know, it ends up failing, but you have nice tight risk. And more recently, you have this big dramatic sell-off on the daily, and then you have this like where it starts to turn around and it rallies into the close like that. This is what gave me the first Green Day idea. And had I kept this macro thinking, I should have, right? Known, okay, well, this is a little high up. This isn't really like a safe entry. Because on this 15-minute chart, this is a red 15-minute candle. And I could have like thrown my line, you know, a limit buy here closer to you know, the 3 2s as like an exploratory, knowing that I'm risking somewhere around here. I was too concerned with the minute chart. Gotta not do that. But OTCs like stress me out so much, and I feel like I gotta be able to see like minute by minute every single tick that's happening, so yeah, and file this under like the 945 rule, right? I mean, here's 945, boom. You get right after this big cliff fall. So like you have this, it gaps up first Green Day, but there's a little bit of a battle here, yada yada. It ends up recovering after clocking a high or low, back at session highs, dip, bam, 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 and here's that coiling action we're talking about, right? Nice and close together, convergence. You're still above red to green. You're still above VWAP. Boom, you catch a little spike, but zoom the frick out. Look how clean that is. Look how easy. It's like, oh, set your line here, go fishing, bloop. All right, now we wait, and I just wait to see how the day develops. And I don't know that I'm holding through this. You know, I'm probably out when it starts to fall underneath this. The HMA, you know, rule is once you cross under. But if you can take your entry into like one of these coil zones, bam, bam, nice tight risk, ride the wave, and then you dip out when you cross under the whole moving average. Even though bigger picture, this was fine. And this is going to end up being my top watch for tomorrow for a continuation move, seeing if it wants to go back and retest the highs from the end of September. That could be cool. You know, look for a dip and look for this 4-1 level. Look for this 4-1 level to hold. Boom. You're in the 5-cent range. That would be my idea for that. Let's go see what else. We were talking about CYAP yesterday. That ended up kind of being a dud, right? Just immediate panic. Pretty good dip buy at 945. Look at this. Boom, 945. Bloop. Nice. Little dip bounce is kind of messy though. And we'll just go down the list. Tiggy. Get rid of the trades view. Clocking in a double bottom here. Interesting. Could be the start of something, you know, slightly higher low, bullish. I like that. Finishing strong, up 22% on the day. We'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. Look for this 11. Look for 11 to hold here, to retest this 12 and possibly have a continuation day. We are coiling here on the daily chart. That means we're getting to an action point. So I will be continuing to watch this. CBTC didn't really do much. I mean, you had a good spike. It's up 19% on the day, 20% on the day. So but macro, after this big run up here, floop, morning, a little morning spike, brief sell off all yesterday. We did recover some, still in this larger downtrend. I will continue to watch this. This is looking like a nice little flag setup. If this maybe opens in the 7s, if we can get on the other side of this line, I'd be interested in that. ELIS up 14% on the day. Lower low though, still very bearish. Adjust this. Bam, bam. I'll just get rid of it. We'll see what this wants to do tomorrow. This is kind of like, I'm just waiting. Again, we're coiling on the daily. Toner. Starting. The longer toner kind of just sticks around and does some of the sideways action, maybe like slowly uptrending, the better. I think it's going to set us up for a much bigger move. This ended up having this little flush to 8/8 and then a push. Bam, bam. 945, 9-1, 113. That 45 rule, that 945 rule, I'm such a bonehead for not sticking to the 945 rule all the time. 945. All right? That's how I screwed up Sybil. Anyway. BTBT didn't really give us much either. I mean, it's hanging around, but not much action today. Again, keeping on watch for BTC related sympathy action. Ishwish, all right, still in the downtrend. Jizzy ended up kind of just crashing right back down. This was a scenario that I remember outlining in the video yesterday. Was hey, this range needs to hold. Now, if you maybe could have caught this super fast, right? But that's again, that going into it, and you're like, I'm gonna set my limit buy here as set it and forget it if it gets filled, and then you're like, okay, quickly flip. That seems really difficult to time though. Here we are coiling though. We'll see what, we'll still watch it. This is still intact, right? If we connect these, I think I'm doing this on the hour chart. So this overall trend is still intact though. So I will look for this. If this gaps up tomorrow and opens on at 112, all right. SPQS. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. Look at this indecision candle. This might end up being a good entry zone for SPQS if we are still in the middle of this larger move. I think it'd be nice to see, see it trade sideways for a little bit and give us a coil on the daily. I want the coils. I want the coils. CYAP closing red on the day, but this was up so much that first day. This could be a nice flag setup, maybe. Go back to the 15-minute charts. Bam, 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 gap down, sell off till about 7. Wow. And then you had a little bit of this dip. 104, 7 to 104. If you had the patience for it, or maybe later in the afternoon once you saw this like higher low. Oh, let me get this. Interesting. Anyway, that's everything that I like really care about. CEI, great move. We'll talk about this to wrap it up. This was a beautiful, I don't know why I didn't, that huge, beautiful halt down right here. 1, 2, 3, massive panic day. Second massive panic day. And here you have oversell, right? Like, and you're right at this support line. Don't know why I didn't do it. And again, if I know the macro thesis is first green day, set it to the 15-minute chart, play the whole day. Oh, I missed this because it just gave us a morning spike. No matter. I'll set a limit buy closer to where the cloud is, see if it tests it and I can get filled. I can set my risk off low a day and I can just let it work it, girl, work it. What else? We had a squeeze on Grom, which, look at that, look how beautiful that is. Bam, 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 bam. Yesterday you have this nice little pop out, and then it gaps down this morning, which that's crazy. Like, this morning I would not have expected this move, but once you got the trend break, look at that. And you have this little squeeze action, and then boop, they brought it right back down to where it came from. I think did it close under the open? I think it might have. No? Huh, that's funny. So there you go. And that's, I think, everything that I wanted to cover. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it to the end, congrats. Leave me a comment down below. If you want me to do any like TA technical analysis on any stocks that you're watching, I'm happy to do it. If you got value out of this, please hit the like button. Helps with the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing. I will be back tomorrow morning with another pre-market watch list. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Aubrey out.